a sandwich. If I called a hot dog a sandwich, do you think that you would be fine with it? If not, then why? Let's bust this wide. Mary, Carrie, Kelly, oh my, is it a sandwich? Well, let's decide.
Welcome, listeners, to Order Up. This is Season 3. I am Kelly Zemnikas. We are going to get into our first episode momentarily, but before we do, we have some Order Up breaking news with one of our guests from the Is Cereal Soup Season 2, which we just finished. Paul Bates is back. Paul, it's
Hi,
so
Kelly.
good to see you.
Likewise. Nice to be here in virtual space with you.
Indeed. Indeed. Now, you said on your episode, Paul, that cereal was not soup. Has
That
something
is correct.
changed, Paul?
That's why I'm here, Kelly. That's why I'm here with this breaking news. I have an important announcement, and that announcement is that my position on this remains unchanged.
I love that.
I am still unequivocally on the no, cereal is not soup side. And if I recall, just to touch on another subtopic that I think we touched on my episode, yogurt is not a consomme. Did we talk about that, or did I imagine that?
I think we did.
Yeah.
I think we did, Paul.
Okay.
But I certainly appreciate your honesty. I wasn't sure, you said you had to come back and let us know. So I was like, do we have a change in the stats?
Yeah, no,
But
I
no
know.
trouble.
It was pretty urgent, my calls. I have to be on to let you know. No, the truth is I haven't had cereal since our last discussion. I don't think. I don't believe I've had it. I've had soup. Yes, I've had soup. And it never, not once did it remind me of cereal. Not once.
Well, friends, if we didn't in season 2 rather hammer it home that cereal is not soup, we're just nailing that coffin shut now. So.
Case closed.
There we go. All right, it's time for season 3. Order up.
Hello and welcome. I'm your producer, Matt Erdill, and I'm looking forward to getting my flaps jacked on this new season of Order Up.
Oh my God.
Oh, dear.
My flaps jacked.
I hope that's not as painful as it sounds, Matt. Are you okay?
Did you see a doctor for that?
Oh my God.
That's
Your
amazing.
flaps are jacked for longer than 48 hours.
Oy.
Oh, dear. Oh, hello, friends. Welcome to season 3 of Order Up. I continue to be Kelly Zemnikas here in Toronto, Canada, and I'm joined, of course, by my fellow co-hosts and producers. We've got Mary out in California, Gary and Matt joining me here in Canada. How are we feeling about season 3 in this? Are you on Team Pancake or Team Waffle? How are we feeling about this? Are we waffling? Anyone waffling?
Well, if the first 2 seasons have shown me something, it's a question that you think wouldn't be super controversial ends up being more controversial than you would have thought, and with many, many opinions. So, even though it sounds like it would be you're definitively one or the other, I can definitely see room for a lot of good argument on both sides. So this should be an interesting season.
Yeah, people are going to get jacked
with their flaps.
Or flapped.
Yeah.
Well, it's not, I don't feel as angry about this as the other ones. I feel a little bit more zen, but I feel, and what I've been noticing as we've been airing the other episodes, I have become the villain, which is always interesting.
Never.
I'm the villain. People are very concerned with my time of day, eating, with the way I've set things up, and I think they're going to have trouble with me on waffles because I will not eat a waffle or a pancake at any time of the day except breakfast. It is a breakfast food. That I can tell.
Okay.
No
All right.
breakfast for dinner at your house? You don't do breakfast for dinner at your house?
No all-day breakfast at the Kennedy?
I will do breakfast for dinner as long as there is a protein.
Ah, okay.
And then I consider it dinner.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Right. I like how we're getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know, we all met via Zoom at the height of the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're doing this podcast together, which is super fun. And as we've been doing on each episode of Order Up, Matt provides us with a fun food factoid or two, and I'm very excited to hear what he's got in the pan. What do you
Yeah, I got something frying. So pancakes in different forms have been around for a very long time. Some people have hypothesized or found evidence of them going actually back to prehistoric times. The ancient Greeks actually made a pancake called a few different things. Tangentes, taganites, or taganias. Basically, they're all words derived from taganon, which means frying pan.
Oh.
The earliest reference to taganites are from the 5th century BC poems of the masters of Athenian Old Comedy, Cratinus and Magnus. So they referenced these early pancakes in their poetry. Now, at the theater, or the amphitheater, where you could see Cratinus or Magnus's poems being performed, the comedy fans would be eating another version of the pancake from Greece called an atria. And the atria was a leavened, fried in a pan, pancake drizzled with honey and sprinkled with sesame seeds and served during intermission. Now, that's one up on the chicken fingers you can get at most comedy clubs today.
They just bring it back.
They just bring it, one of the many things the Romans borrowed from Greek culture was the atria, which they called the alicia dolce, which translates from Latin to another sweet, with recipes being found back as far back as the 1st century. They were covered with fruit and honey, while other versions consisted of meats and cheeses as stuffings.
Wow.
So the alicia dolce was transformed from a food of the people in Greek theaters to a food for nobles, only served at the most exquisite banquets that the citizens would hold. So pancakes and waffles have been around in one form or another for a very long time.
I love this. In season 3, you're not only getting food talk, we're getting history and linguistics from Matt.
It's very educational programming. We should look into where we should advertise. Is it food? Is it school? We don't know.
Coming to TVO.
Exactly.
And we're going to be adding a bit of design, especially to this first episode with our guest today. So let's get cracking, friends. Season 3, episode 1, Order Up.
Hey, Carrie, who's our guest today?
Well, Matt, I'm going to tell you. This Toronto-based designer has focused her design career in the film and television industry. She's most known for her role as the lead designer off camera and the assistant designer on camera for the popular television series Love It or List It Toronto. She has worked on over 100 episodes. Her company can help with interior design, set styling, color consulting, space planning, and more. Please welcome the owner of Design by Desta, Desta Ostapyk.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
And I love It or List It. This is Mary. I love it. It's fantastic. I swear, I love it. I wish I could be on that show. I love looking at real estate, and I love people coming in my house and fixing everything. It's fantastic. So thank you for being here today. We are going to ask you the heavy hitting questions. So get ready, Desta.
Okay, I'm warming up. I'm ready for you guys.
This is real journalism. So hold on. Since it's all about comfort and all that sort of stuff. What is your favorite comfort food?
Oh boy. I don't know if it would be considered comfort food, but pizza.
Ooh.
Pizza would be my comfort food, my go-to, like tried and true, never fails. Pizza.
Now, what kind of pizza do you like? Do you like just typical cheese and sauce, or are you more sort of artisanal, so to speak?
I prefer usually, so if I order it for myself, I'm usually doing half pepperoni and cheese and the other half Hawaiian.
Ooh,
yummy.
So a little bit of kind of savory and like, salty, but then the other side is a little sweet as well. So that's kind of my go-to combo.
That's similar to my choice, but I would do pepperoni and pineapple if I have a choice.
Oh,
yeah, it's really good.
I've never tried that combo together.
Desta, you must try it.
That's my go-to as well. Yeah, I love it.
I got to go for pizza with Matt. This is so great. Yeah.
This is such a good idea. I got to do this next time.
Yeah. So good.
Is it a Canadian thing?
I don't know.
Well, Hawaiian pizza is. Hawaiian pizza was created in Winnipeg, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I don't think I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if my Boston roots would allow that. So, but here we are. So here's another hard-hitting question, Desta.
Okay, hit me.
What is a food habit that your partner has that drives you nuts? Or if you're single, what would turn you off food-wise on a date?
I would say I absolutely detest cilantro. Like hate it.
Me too.
Do you?
Me too.
Oh my
hate
gosh.
It you too? Oh my gosh.
Oh,
so
hate it.
Anything to do with cilantro. So anytime someone especially orders something with extra cilantro, it sends me over the edge. I can't even deal with an order like that. Cilantro on anything, first of all, and then you want to add more to it. I just don't understand.
I think Desta and I are like soul sisters. Wait, Desta, are you one of those people for whom it tastes like soap, or you just don't like the taste?
I don't really understand the soap thing. It just tastes terrible to me. And I
don't like it.
And the other thing that's kind of a turnoff is just people who aren't adventurous with food. Like if someone's like, oh, I don't like that, but they've never tried it. Like I like people who at least try things.
So what if somebody was being adventurous and had the Hawaiian pizza with cilantro on top? At least they're trying.
Oh, you just lost me, Mary.
You lost me too.
And in Los Angeles, where it has the best Mexican food, I'll be honest, and in Mexico, but I have to say there are a lot of places that will put cilantro as garnish on everything. I do not like it.
Oh, you don't like it either? Oh, gosh.
So I take it off and then people are horrified, but I just can't. I can't do it.
Me too. And I'm one of those people that like pick out like every single piece
me too.
Of it.
Like a 5-year-old. Like there can be no trace. Yeah.
I refer to it as a vile weed, and it is not needed. It could just go right away.
Yeah.
But they put it in Indian food too, or like garnish it on top. There's a place down the street from me that I like to order my Indian food from, and they like to put it as garnish as well. And I can't. And I love Mexican food too. So, but yeah, that can just, be eliminated from my dishes.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. What was the first thing you learned how to cook?
The first thing probably I would say would be something simple like eggs, I think. Yeah.
And
eggs or even grilled cheese, something easy.
Okay.
But I'm talking about like little. I was young. I learned how to cook when I was really young.
Nice. Is there something now that you like to cook?
I do. I like to make a lot of stuff from scratch. So that includes like sauces, salad dressing, even. But I like to make big dishes that will last a long time as well. So stews, roasts, that kind of stuff. And soup. I love making soup from scratch. And I usually do big batches of it because I hate thinking of things to make and have for lunch.
Mhm.
So that's usually my go-to soup for lunch.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's delicious. Yeah, no, I'm a big lasagna girl. I'll make lasagna that lasts like 2 weeks, which maybe isn't a good thing. It should probably last 6 months.
It does making thinking of things to make though much easier because you already have it made. You're like, okay, well, obviously I'm having those lasagna today.
Yeah, exactly. So here's another one. What was your favorite cereal as a child?
I know it's not very, out there, but Honey Nut Cheerios.
So good.
So good. Even
Yeah.
today, I still like going to Honey Nut Cheerios.
Now I'm craving them. I might get them in my next grocery order.
Now let me ask
They're
a
so
question.
good, even like a midnight snack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always for a midnight snack.
Are there any nuts in Honey Nut Cheerios? Yeah. Our research
Nobody knows.
department. Are there any nuts in Honey Nut Cheerios?
I don't know. Or is that just a clever name so they could have the bee mascot, but the bee does the honey?
It's
So
very strange.
it
No,
is
and
very
I'm
strange.
allergic to nuts and I'm allergic to bees. So the whole cereal is frightening to me. So I won't.
Then that's off your
That's
list.
not for you. Yeah.
How
And
about
do
you
you-
guys? What do you like? Like, do you guys still eat cereal?
All the
Yeah.
time. I eat
Yeah,
cereal
same.
all the time. Like last week I had a craving for mini wheats. So I bought mini wheats. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
always have a box of mini wheats at my place because I'll eat it
love them.
either with like milk or even just plain right out of the box.
My son will eat them out of the box. I like them with milk. But I won't eat them for breakfast. It's like a snack for me.
Yes.
A
Same.
before bed
Same.
snack. Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
tried the
Special
new? There's like a new one with like a strawberry version of it.
I have
Really?
not tried that. I'll have
Oh,
to
that
look
sounds
into
good.
that one. That does sound
It's
good.
delicious. Highly
Ooh.
recommend.
Okay.
Yes. Special
Yes.
K is my go-to just because it's so simple. Like you can put stuff on it, so it can be whatever you want it to be.
Mhm.
But that's my go-to cereal. So there's almonds in Honey Nut Cheerios,
Oh.
or almond extracts. So
Yeah. I'd be dead, but you two enjoy it. It's delicious. No, but see, it's that whole sort of advertising thing. So I had to make sure, but no, I understand it. Cereal's good, especially as parents. Carrie and I.
Yeah.
Sometimes my husband, when I'm not home, and this kind of annoys me, but I understand it. He will feed the kids cereal, and that's it. He'll say, "This is dinner," and I don't know. Is that good parenting? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Like I feel bad if I give it to them as an option. Like if I've made something for them and they don't want that thing, I'll be like, well, you're free to have some cereal or toast or something else. I'm not going to make a second meal. But if I'll sometimes have it for dinner, but I won't give it to them for dinner. I'll make them a proper dinner.
Yeah, exactly. And here is the big question, and this starts our series. This is the big sort of, everybody wants to know. Desta, are you on Team Waffle or Team Pancake?
Oh, Team Waffle.
Woo!
100%.
Why?
Don't like pancakes. I don't like pancakes at all, and I never have liked pancakes. I love waffles because I love the crispy crunchiness on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to make my waffle batter from scratch. And I recently made it with, which I only had at home at the time, was cake flour. And so I did the batter with cake flour, and it actually turned out really good. It was almost kind of crispy on the outside, but the inside was almost like, like those honey crullers from Tim Hortons.
Yes.
So it was like that on the inside.
Oh my gosh, that sounds
it blew
amazing.
my mind, and it was delicious. And I think that's how I'm going to make it from now on. They were really, really good.
With cake flour. Oh my. I've done it. Are you making like Belgian waffles? Like I have a Belgian waffle like maker. Yeah, that's the best.
Yes.
Okay.
So what do you put on it? Do you put syrup and butter? Do you put berries and butter?
It's kind of how I'm feeling it. How I'm feeling that day. Sometimes I add chocolate chips to the batter. Sometimes I'm having it with syrup and butter. Sometimes I also like making almost kind of like a blueberry sauce, kind of compote to go on top with, you know, where you get either fresh blueberries or frozen blueberries, and you just kind of simmer it down with some sugar. That's really good on top as well.
Oh my gosh. Sounds
How about
amazing.
you guys? What's everyone saying for that? Pancakes or waffles?
I do not go for pancakes. I'm not a big, I hate short stack, big stack. I think it's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time.
So I am, and my family adores pancakes. I like waffles. And so, but I am also the type of person, I do not like my fries too cooked, and I do not like my waffles too cooked. I do not like I like it to be, as I call it, floppy. I know that's
okay.
So it's very, I know, I have such weird food things. And I do not like syrup on the pancake. I like it on the side so I could dip it in and it lasts longer. So I am on Team Waffle. And if I have to, and I'm stranded on an island, I will have a pancake begrudgingly.
That's the name of our restaurant, the Begrudging Pancake.
Matt, where do you fall on this line?
It's one of those things that depends on my mood. You know, I sometimes find a pancake's too heavy. Because like even individually they're lighter, but you get more of them generally. Like you'll get like a bunch of pancakes, whereas like an individual waffle, while heavier than a pancake, you usually get like one or two, not like 4 or 5. So it's
a numbers game.
It's a number, yeah. It's like, what do I? Because they're very similar. They're very similar. But I decided like the texture of waffles a bit crunchier generally, so it kind of just feels what kind of mouthfeel I'm looking for. So I don't have a particular side yet. Maybe by the end of the series I will declare my allegiance, but right now it's just sort of up in the air.
Kelly?
I first off, I've got to say, I'm noticing a pattern with Matt. He's very much like, I can see both sides. This is Matt's thing. I am on Team Pancake. I like me a waffle, but if I had to pick, I would go pancake. I know.
I'm a bit shocked.
I make good pancakes.
Okay.
I make adequate waffles, but I know where to get good waffles. I kind of grew up in a pancake house, not in an actual pancake house.
That might explain the credit card fraud. If you
yes,
it did, friends. If you listen back, I did tell the tale of my credit card being compromised at a Waffle House in North Carolina.
Yeah,
where someone rang up $1,000 of. A wedding. I'm assuming a wedding was catered on my credit card.
Who gets married at Waffle House?
I would.
Okay.
Really? I would also get married. Apparently, at a McDonald's in Japan, they can do a wedding. I would do that.
Wow. Interesting.
My boyfriend does not know this, but I would be totally fine.
Plans are being made.
I don't even know, Aries. Remember back in the day, they used to have those party rooms in the basement of McDonald's?
For sure.
I don't even know if they still have those anymore.
I don't think they do. They have like those play areas, but I haven't seen a party at a McDonald's in years.
Yeah.
No,
I saw a party a couple of years ago before the pandemic at one, but I think they're moving away just at the general design from that. I've been in way too many McDonald's, as my waistline will illustrate. But yeah, I think I watch a lot of food YouTube for some reason, and I watched a thing about the design aesthetic of McDonald's, and they're moving more to cafe cuisine design away from the family center design. So yeah.
Interesting.
This is the useless stuff that fills my head.
Are you pancake or waffle?
I'm definitely waffle. So my favorite thing would be a Belgian waffle with fresh strawberries on top and like some powdered sugar, and that's it. Like no syrup. Yeah. Or like if we go to one restaurant where they serve like some frozen yogurt with it. like a vanilla or a swirly frozen
yummy.
yogurt, that I would do.
That sounds amazing.
It's so good.
Really good.
Yeah, I find that pancakes, I've eaten pancakes. I make pancakes. I just find them kind of spongy, I guess is the word, especially when you pour the syrup on them. I'm with Mary on the dip factor for that. The pancake to syrup ratio tends to get away from me. And yeah, we just made waffles for the kids the other day because you can use the pancake mix. I have a recipe to do them from scratch, but we used pancake, commercial pancake mix. If you do it a certain way, you can put it in the waffle iron. So that's what we did the other day and everyone was happy. And
waffles have pockets.
This is it.
Which is great.
You can put a blueberry. You can put a blueberry in each square.
You can have fried chicken with waffles. You can't have fried chicken with pancakes.
That I don't understand.
Yes, you can.
Roscoe chicken and waffles is very popular here. And I agree. It is delicious, but you must, and I'm the type of person that will combine my food. You must have a bite of waffle with syrup on it and a bite of chicken. You cannot do it separately. It is sacrilegious. I'm just going to say that is
that seems so American to me. I know it's coming up more here in Canada that there's more chicken and waffle options. Have you ever had that, Desta?
I have. And the thing is I love waffles and I love fried chicken. Mm-hmm. Do I like them together or love them together? No. And I don't know why, but I just, I had it once and never again.
Yeah.
Well, I live, and this is painful for me. I live right across the street from a chicken and waffle house.
Oh.
It's really big in the local Muslim community. It's a halal, family-owned restaurant. So it's always hopping. It's always busy, and it's interesting because the waffles are spicy.
Oh,
so it's like a spicy waffle, like jalapeno waffle, but still you have syrup with it and the chicken. So it's just like hot and sweet and savory all at the same time. It's it's really good. It's really good.
That sounds very busy.
Yeah.
And then they put cilantro on top of it.
Oh, no. Desta and I are out. Desta and I are going somewhere else.
It's just, no, my husband adores chicken and waffles. It's a Southern thing as well. When he lived in Florida, which I do not consider Southern, but that's a whole other show. Do you consider Florida Southern or not? But he adores chicken and waffles. And I don't know. And I have to go back to Carrie. Your waffle almost to me sounds like a dessert. So I'm compelled to ask, is a waffle a dessert or breakfast? Well, because that sounded like a dessert to me.
I think it can be I think waffles can definitely be dessert. Yeah. Like you can definitely do waffles. One year, when I was teaching at a different school, we used to have like a snack day, and you'd sign up like once a year, whatever. So one year, I brought my waffle maker to school for the staff, and we said, you know how a Belgian waffle can be round or square, and you can kind of divide it into 4 little sections. And I brought ice cream. And waffles with ice cream, amazing. And so that was our treat. It definitely wasn't a breakfast. So it was like a desserty kind of treat. But when I do the strawberry waffles with the powdered sugar, to me, that I consider it breakfast because I can. Yeah.
I mean, there's such a world of opportunities with both waffles and pancakes. Like, I mean, we kind of think linearly when it comes to what they are. But I mean, like a crepe is a pancake, but it can have like spinach and ham and cheese and all sorts of yummy stuff inside it. And then you have like Belgian waffles, which are very much a dessert, like so there's it can be anything to any person. It just is what you bring to the table to put on top of the waffle or pancake.
That's the same Kaplansky.
It's the Kaplansky defense again.
It is.
Well, and running theme throughout the show.
And Desta, because you're in design, does your food have to look I wanted to ask this question. I know it's not on the official journalistic questions, but I do have to ask. When you're eating food, does there have to be a certain design to it? Does it have to look pleasing to you? Or I always wonder.
It just has to look good. If it's just like, you were mentioning lasagna earlier, like even if it's like lasagna and it's just kind of plunked on a plate, like it doesn't necessarily look good. No, but it looks good at the same time. Does it have to have some fancy design or whatever? No. And I'm okay with food kind of mixing or touching. I had one of my really good friends was so against even having his food touching each other on his plate. But yeah, as long as it looks good and it smells good, then I'm all for it.
That's good. And maybe we need to get Desta on I don't want to take you away from Love It or List It, but maybe you need to talk to McDonald's about their design plan, because there are still parents with young children that want to sit down and have a hamburger and let their kids roam freely. So I'm a little concerned. I think we need
Absolutely. When I was a kid, I loved going into that playroom. That was a lot of fun.
Me too.
It's fun.
Right? Yeah.
It was a good time playing on a Hamburglar, like, crawl up and like hide in. Yeah, there was a whole amusement park thing I remember.
Yeah, there was that one where it was kind of like a jail. You like go up
yes.
in the giant hamburger.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
You're in the Hamburglar prison or whatever.
Oh my God.
There was one special McDonald's that was it wasn't super close to our house, but it was like if we went to the zoo, it was kind of close by to the zoo, and we would go into that one, and that one was the one that had that special kind of hamburger jail, and so that was kind of like a big day if we got to go to that McDonald's.
Oh my God.
Wonder if it's still there.
I've got a photo, maybe I'll put it up on our Instagram page, of a birthday party I had at a McDonald's back in the day, and I looked thrilled.
Please do.
I have pictures too, Cal, of me and my brother. Probably me and my brother wearing those paper McDonald's hats that you'd get.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have them. I'm going to find them and we'll post them up.
We'll post that when we post up this episode. But Desta, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. And speaking of Instagram, friends can follow you on Design by Desta on the old Instagram. And maybe she will be redesigning a McDonald's coming to your restaurant. We're putting it out there. Manifesting.
Yes.
Today's grown-up of the week is Carrie, who is 52 years old. Are you team junk food or healthy food?
Oh my gosh, that's a hard question. I think mostly I should say that I'm team healthy food. Like there's a lot of good healthy foods like delicious fruit and stuff like that. But I really, really, really like French fries, which I guess are kind of a junk food. What about you?
I would choose junk food.
Do you have a favorite junk food?
Chocolate.
Oh, yum. I agree with you. Thank you.
Order Up is hosted and produced by Matt Ardill,
Mary Kennedy,
Larry Hain,
Kelly Zemnekas.
And original music is by Rebecca McDonald.